8:30 a.m. here in Australia.
Yeah. Why?
Things I do for StarCraft, mate. Oh god.
In the bottom right corner of the map on Blackburn LE, we have our blue Protoss player playing for Root Gaming. It is Rob.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the American Zerg player. He is red, representing Team Storm Gaming. It is JonSnow. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, so things are popping off. First things first, yo, we're on Blackburn, which is interesting in and of itself, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, and JonSnow is going for a pool first opening. It's not hyper aggressive. There's no gas behind it. It wasn't a 12 pool or anything like that. But with this, you know, he's being a little bit safe and he can apply a little bit of pressure across the map.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that.
What's going through your mind, mate?
I don't think there's gonna be much pressure across the map. I think they're just, you know, he's just making Zerglings. To be fair, he's making 6 Zerglings.
He is, mate. 6 Lings. Like, if Rob doesn't respect this, he may lose the pylon. Like, I'm surprised that he hasn't started a zealot, to be honest. Like, he scouted, he saw that it was a pool first. Oh, there we go.
Is it gonna be out in time?
That's the thing. That's the thing. We're on Blackburn. Like, the rush distance by ground is pretty short. The Lings are already halfway
across the map. Don't go into the slow zone. Don't go into the slow zone. Oh, he went into the slow zone. He didn't micro well enough. He's just like, okay. The zealot's coming out.
The wall is the zealot's being converted.
Oh. Zealot's coming out. Zealot's coming out. Okay.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Mate, the Lings are forcing their way in.
That's fine.
It's fine. The micro is good enough. There was a probe there to help body block. Lings get swatted away.
Yeah, the probe died, but you know, it could have been a lot worse if the probe wasn't there to block. And we got a Stargate coming down late. You know, finally. Oracles. Or Void Rays. Whatever, whichever.
Yeah. This is the first ZVP that we are casting together today, and oh boy, I imagine that we're going to be seeing some of those Void Rays. I'm really curious to see what kind of style Rob prefers here in a ZVP. Is he going to go double Stargate Void Ray? Is he going to go a single Void Ray into a Twilight Council? Like, Rob, he's got some options.
I'm going to guess Oracle.
How many?
I smell Oracle. I'm going to say 1 at the start. And then if he starts being spicy, maybe 2. Ooh, okay. Oh, just kidding. It's a Void Ray. Apparently, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Void Ray it is.
I mean, Void Ray.
He's gonna get rid of the Overlord. You know, like now I'm curious now. Like, is he gonna drop a second Stargate?
He could.
Are we gonna see some zesty games? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're talking about like limes or lemons here, or even, you know, pomelos.
What I will say is that it's kind of risky going double Stargate Void Ray on a map like Blackburn, just because the rush distance by ground is small, which means queen pushes can hit very fast, right? And yeah, they can be very strong, and yo, he's doing it!
He's getting a second one.
Oh god, he's whipping out the lemons, mate. He's being zesty.
It's lemons, huh? All right.
Meanwhile, JonSnow, at the moment, he's unaware of what's happening. Oh my god, he's actually going for +1 melee.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it because, let's be honest, right? The only thing stopping JonSnow, like, from doing damage is that wall. Like, sure, there's the Void Ray and stuff, but the Void Ray is kind of trash against Zerglings, right? So if that wall goes down, like, you know, fairly quick with the +1 melee, and like all Rob has is a zealot blocking the hole, You know, the Zerglings, if they get in and they're like, you know, in numbers, it's gonna do a good amount of damage to the base.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Meanwhile, the Lings, like, they do test the waters a little bit. He does confirm that it's Skytoss because he does see the cybernetic score researching, so +1 air attack is on the way. Something that he hasn't seen yet is how committed Rob is to Skytoss, because, mate, he threw down a fleet beacon.
Oh man, he's getting carried. Is this the Roddy build? Is he doing the Roddy?
No, this is the Pocket Mike build, man. This is the 2 base carrier. Let's go.
Okay, so the question is he gonna get +2 and go, or is he gonna like just go?
He's gonna just go, mate. Like, the faster this hits, how unscouted this is, the better. So again, if the problem is that this just hasn't been scouted. Like, JonSnow, he doesn't realize this. There's no Spire on the way. There's no Hydrogen on the way. Right now, his only anti-air is Queens. And to be fair, 2 carriers don't have too many interceptors, so if there are enough Queens, it's gonna be okay. But I'm worried. I'm worried for JonSnow if he lets Rob get away with this.
Yeah, right now JonSnow's got 8 queens now. 9th one about to come out, but he's banking a lot of Zerglings. Like, and that's like I said, like these Zerglings, they got +1 now. They're gonna do pretty good damage, you know, to whatever they come across. There's nothing really to like stop them. There's the Void Ray. It's just a Void Ray, you know. Like, they got a laser, but it's just a Void Ray.
Yeah,
and that's an issue, and right? Like, this third, I'm fairly certain it's not going up.
And I would say that this is a tell, because there is only 1 Void Ray. By now, we would have 3, at least, right? More than 1. Meanwhile, the carriers are going across the map. Have they revealed themselves? I don't think so. Oh god, finally we have the lair on the way, but the carriers are here.
I'm still so confused why it's 2 carriers.
Yeah.
Like,
oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. The target fire. Can the Queens get the carrier? Oh, oh, oh.
This is like the equivalent of Semper going to BCs.
It kind of is. The difference is that these carriers are actually getting work done. Like, the Queens are running out of energy. Like, they're done transfusing. Ooh.
Yeah, so we did the BCs.
True.
Anyways, we got Zerglings at the 3rd once again. There's only a few adepts here and that 1 Void Ray. You know, these Zerglings, like, they're gonna die, but like, they will clean up some adepts for sure. They're just like poking around, doing some damage, and carry numbers, they're starting to go up, you know, which is gonna be crazy. Like needs that Spire, or at least, or you know, some kind of better anti-air than just Queens.
Yeah, this is
unless
really,
there's a meta that I don't know about where Mass Queens is the go-to.
It could have been the go-to if he went for a Mass Queen all in, like a big push. Honestly, I think it would have straight up killed Rob. It's just because he only had 2 carriers. But now the carry count, we have 4, we have a 5th on the way, we have 2 more Stargates. Like, this is getting out of control.
Imagine if like Semper did this with Battlecruiser. Like, just made more Battlecruisers.
Yeah, look, we're still so salty that he only made 2 BCs. But mate, all the Queens are going down. I think this is game, mate. This is it. They're dead.
Yeah. This is peak NA.
This is
somehow
peak ZVP, mate. PVZ. The Spire died. It got focused down. The Queens are falling. There's only 3 left, and the Spores are not enough.
So 8 Queens is not enough for 2 carriers, is what I'm understanding.
It was enough to push them away, but a lot of this is also because the lair was so late. The lair was delayed. We had that investment into +1 melee, right? All those Lings earlier that, sure, he kills a 3rd, but GG.
GG. Kind of curious of what happened if JonSnow just committed to the Zerglings and just sent them, you know? Like, kind of base raced it in a way, but like, see how far he would get, right? The carriers are like across the map. That was the bulk of that is his army. Let's be real, right? It was the carriers.
Again,
so they're like across the map, you know, they were doing what they were doing, and I don't know, with +1 Lings just like running around in your base. So there could have been a chance, I would say.
Yeah, there would have definitely been a chance, especially if he had gotten like a Bailey Nest, right? Just bust in, you know, Lings flood in, there's only 1 Void Ray at home to defend, carries are across the map, maybe force a recall, and it would have taken them so long to clean up those Lings. Utilize like the tech that he had invested into. But again, like, it was just a little bit too late there, and That was a very disgusting PVZ, I must say.
That was peak NA PVZ if I've ever seen one.
I almost threw up in my mouth, mate. It's
like, you know, 2K Void Rays. That's like, you know, that came from Korea, right? Zest did that, right? And we merely adopted it.
Yeah.
2-gate, you know, 2-star gate carrier. We were born in that. That is NA.
I mean, again, I gotta say, because people in the chat are pointing it out, like, what is this? Yo, Pocket Mike was doing this before the Void Ray buff, mate. He was all I remember him doing this on Ice and Chrome, mate. Oh my god. But here we are, game 2.
You and your Pocket Mike fetish, dude. I don't know. In the top right hand corner of the map, we have a red Zerg player playing for Side Store Gaming. It is JonSnow.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the American Protoss. He is blue, representing Team Root Gaming. It is Rob.
All right, like, this map is a lot longer. There's no way he can do it again, right?
He can still play Skytoss though. Like this,
there is no way he can do it again, right?
So I'm worried about a couple of things. One, just like Blackburn, Jagannatha is a great map for queen pushes. It's great for like a Road Ravager queen push, especially because of these speed zones. It can hit very hard, and it can be very difficult to, as a Protoss player, to hold. But based off of game 1, I don't know if JonSnow is that kind of player. I don't know.
There is no way he can do it again, right?
Because JonSnow is that kind of player. I think Rob, he doesn't have to do it again, but there's no reason not to play Skytoss.
Listen, I just don't want to see 2-gate carriers come out in like before 6 minutes. Okay,
it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. We're gonna see a Stargate. We're gonna see a second Stargate.
And a third Stargate, fourth Stargate, mothership. Minus 400 chat. Like 20 seconds later, after the mothership pops out.
Oh god! All right, here we go. Here we go. So. Well, right now we're just waiting for the opener here from Rob, which is show us the Stargate, buddy. Show it to us. Meanwhile, JonSnow went for a pull first again.
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm blind.
I was catch you there, son. No, he didn't. Not today.
Not today, buddy. There it is.
Went for that the normal hatch first into pool.
Yeah,
Stargate's coming out as per usual. All right, like we do this every time in the ZVP. Void Ray or Oracle?
Void Ray, 100%. There's no way.
100%.
100%, mate. Right? Right?
I'm gonna agree with you on this one after what we saw in that last game.
So the thing is, on Jagannatha, you don't have to go into those carriers, right? If you wanted to, you could do double Stargate and go like Fleet Beacon into Flux Veins and just go mass Void Ray, which is equally as toxic. So Rob, he's got options. He's got a lot of options, mate.
Show us the Void Ray. Come on. I'm just waiting. Okay, there it is. All right, we got the Void Ray.
Yeah.
It's coming out. The depth shaded in. Not getting any scouting information quite yet. Just harassing, trying to get a drone or two. I don't think it's gonna happen. Ooh, good catch.
Ooh, yeah, nicely done there. Meanwhile, that first Void Ray is going to be focusing on that Overlord, and then we'll see what the tech is, right? It's like, is he going to commit into that second Stargate? Is he going to do something crazy and go into a Twilight Council behind this? I'm kind of hoping for the latter, but we'll see. As thankfully this time JonSnow, he isn't going for that faster Evo chamber into +1.
Second Stargate light. Going at it again.
Oh boy, and I'm a little bit worried because I don't see a second Void Ray, mate. I don't see a second Void Ray.
Just waiting for the
there it is. Let's go.
He's doing it again.
Yeah, he's doing it again, mate. And JonSnow, like, okay, is he setting up? He's making a bunch of queens. Creep spread is kind of being spread, but I'm worried that he's going to be a little bit defensive and allow Rob to do this.
I mean, he's trying to deny, like, Rob is trying to grab a faster third this time, but you know, JonSnow is out with the Zerglings, denying the probe from ever going to the third, so or try to. So I don't know. I'm guessing 2 carriers are gonna come out once again. You know, he's got a lot of money for it. There's one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Just one
cancel to you know, got to get the timing right, you know.
Meanwhile, JonSnow, he is taking up a little bit. We have a Roach Warren as well as an Evo Chamber on the way. He still hasn't been able to go for a follow-up scout. He's just sending his links across the map, but once he sees the single Void Ray, I feel like, as well as the +1 air attack on the way, I feel like he should be able to put 2 and 2 together and figure out that the same thing is coming his way.
I feel like his layer timing is delayed as well.
It is.
I feel like his layer should have been out by now. Like, and that's what kind of hurt him that last game, right?
Yeah.
And not before, his Spire got sniped off right away, and you know, 2 carriers, they're about to be done, Light. And
yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna go across the map.
What I will say is that I'm pretty sure this layer is faster than game number 1. Even though it is delayed, it is a little bit faster, so I think it's better for JonSnow. +1 range is interesting. Like, he's got a decent amount of queens. He could go into Hydras. Again, Hydras do so well against carriers in low numbers.
Got an Oracle.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a misclick?
Think so. Oh god, but they've been revealed. They show themselves.
All right, JonSnow, let's see your defense this time. What are you gonna do? Where's the queen flock?
We got a lot of queens. More importantly, he's throwing down spores as well for better, like, defensive positions.
Okay. So how many queens is that? Like 3, 6, 8, 9? 9 queens versus 2 carriers. All right, let's see how this fight goes. Queens attacking the interceptors. All right, if carriers don't have interceptors, they can't do damage.
It's true.
Big brain, 5 head. All right, Spire. Okay, that Spire is a lot faster than it was before.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. Again, like, faster layer, faster Spire, better response overall here by JonSnow. He's getting spores up and running around his bases. Like, so far, so good for JonSnow. Now, my question is for Rob, is he going to try and juke his opponent?
I'm sorry. I just saw 4 star gates and I couldn't hold it in.
So, it would be big brain if Rob switches into Void Rays from here. And gets Flux Veins. Because this carrier response, because it hasn't dealt as much damage as it did last time, it should force Corruptors. So, what better unit to have than carriers and then Void Rays on the way, right?
You say that, and I see carriers. More carriers.
True. Spire was scouted, though. Spire was indeed scouted, and we do see a massive switch here into gateways.
A fallback plan, right? Like, he's gotta have, you know, he's got a money dump somewhere, somehow. So I'm guessing charge lots, like, you know, a bunch of charge lots, you know, get charge and just money dump minerals into charge slots so that there is a ground army for the queens to get distracted by, as well as having to deal with the carriers and Void Rays.
Exactly, and touching on that a little bit, I love that he is switching into those Void Rays. There we go. We still need Flux Veins, but again, the Void Rays are here to help support the carriers, defend them against the Corruptors that are on the way. Meanwhile, we're just waiting for the tech on, there it is, on that Twilight Council, and it is going to be charged to help, again, support this army. Charge lots are going to do so well against all these queens, the roaches, potential hydras.
I feel like, I don't know, JonSnow's playing scared, man. I mean, I would be too, let's be honest. Like, I don't know what's out there, you know, but I really want, you know, there's got to be Zerglings out being scouting, which I think he's been doing, which is good, and he's got to keep in check of what's going on, like what the army composition is like for Rob, because he's making a lot of Corruptors, like, It's a lot of corruptors. I think it was like over 20 so far.
Yeah, 20 corruptors, which to be fair is a lot. It's good enough to just like maybe even ignore the void rays and dive on the carriers, but oh god, it's really risky to try and pull off.
What is this Queen March? Okay.
Yeah, the Queen Waddle is here, mate. He's coming in. He wants the carriers. Can he get him?
He's gonna snipe them.
One
carrier goes down. The second carrier. You know, the pew pew lasers of the warriors are going. The charge slots that don't have charge are fighting forward, and this is what it was like. Those zealots, they have to keep the queens distracted, and the corruptors are doing their best to fight the air. I think corruptor numbers are good. There's still enough of them to two-shot carriers.
Exactly.
Did JonSnow do it?
This was this was a great timing. He hit before that critical mass of void rays. Again, there were only a handful of them, not enough to go toe-to-toe with every single one of these corruptors. The SC2 army falls. Ooh, I was worried that JonSnow was being a little bit too passive, as you were saying, but he hits just the right moment. And it looks like this third should go down.
Represent Piss Squad. All right.
GG.
Simple, you know, clean game from JonSnow, I guess. You know, understood what he needed to do to counter. The zealots might have been a little hiccup if charge was, you know, done, but yeah, got it done.
Yeah. It was interesting to see the slow charge outs come in. So it was a very nice timing there for JonSnow. You could argue maybe Rob was late with some of those upgrades, right? But yeah, I'm also a little bit surprised. One of the biggest strengths of Protoss in today's meta, and you're aware of this as well, like Zest does this all the time, is the power of turtling up on your 3 and eventually 4 bases with stack defense. With like a line of shield batteries, cannons as well, so you can sit behind that with your SC2, and we didn't see that at all from Rob.
Oh yeah, I feel like more shield batteries were there, and I don't even think he used the shield battery overcharge. Honestly, in that bit.
I mean, they were out of range.
So, yeah, there's no defense whatsoever. Thinking he can, you know, defend with what he's got, but apparently he could not, and today we learned.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of these other Protoss players, like, you know, say Trigger, even Neeb as well, like they embrace that quote-unquote turtle degenerate style of Protoss, where you get your 3rd base up and running, you get an earlier forge as well, not necessarily for upgrades, but for cannons, shield batteries, slowly take a 4th base as well, and when the Zerg comes in, like, you have such a stronger defensive position there.
Yes. But here we are, Light. Final map of the day on 2000 Atmospheres LE. We have a pro being sent out already. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have our blue Protoss player playing for Root. It is Rob.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the American Zerg player. He is red, representing Storm Gaming. It is JonSnow.
All right, Light, what are we doing with this probe?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We have no gases. This
two gate zealots.
Yeah, let's go. Yo, is this gonna get scattered? No, it's getting scattered, mates.
Yo, JonSnow, he sniffed it, man. He was like,
mate,
something. What is that? Oh god. Stinky.
Is this just over? Oh my god, he knows he got scattered. He cancels.
Oh, yeah. That's a good call. Don't commit too much. I mean, it's still kind of committed, right? Like, when those go down, he's got to remake them back at home, but he's not committing too hard. He's giving JonSnow kind of false information in a way, right? Like, JonSnow's not like the smart. JonSnow could just park his overload on top of it. For all he cares.
It's
right, like, but he ran away from it, so he still thinks it's two zealots. That's the thing.
What I will say is that, like, I feel like Rob is making the best of a bad situation, but it's still kind of bad, right? Like, trying to pivot away from his opener. His initial plan was to go for that proxy. What I will say is that John, he actually didn't rescout. He doesn't see that the gateway was cancelled there. So yeah, he's responding hard to this. Oh my god.
Yeah. Even the Zealot's not even going to JonSnow's base.
Yeah.
He just sent the Zealot back home.
Yeah.
He's not even bothering with it. This is a great mind game from Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Now he realizes there's no second gateway. You know, he cancels one of the spines, 2 of the spines. You know, he just got one just to be safe. You know, but like, what's he got to? He's got to go. You know, he's got to go attack the wall.
And I'm a little bit worried here because there's only one single Zealot, and as great as your micro is, I feel like these Lings are going to be able to take down this gateway.
Alright, shield battery, but that gateway is... Oh no!
The surround! The Zealot's gonna go down! The gateway's gonna go down! Oh god! Again, there's no additional units here for Rob!
Alright, Rob, let's see how good your wall... Okay, just kidding.
Like there's no gateway! That's it! He's got probes!
I feel like Protoss players should play Minecraft. they gotta build better, man.
Everything's just gonna go down here. We do have an adept on the way, which is great, but it's still gonna take a lot of time to come across the map. The pylon will fall, probes are falling, and this is what happens when you go for a proxy 2 gate and you can't get it up and running. You know, you get scouted.
Yeah, Cyber is gonna go down. The adept got recalled back, which, you know, is nice and all, but it was not worth it, honestly. Hopefully he can still save the Cyber, please.
Oh god, it's gonna be close, it's gonna be close. It looks like the Cyber will go down.
Okay, so he lost his Cyber. He dropped his Stargate right before the Cyber dive. He's making, you know, gateway back home to, like, you know, because that gateway across the map is gonna die for sure. Is there a universe where he still lives? Because he did still keep his Nexus, but he did lose a few drones. So, but it's not like, you know, he lost a mineral line.
True.
Right?
True. So Rob, I think what's important and what's very smart of him is that before the Cybercore died, he started the Stargate, right? So like without the Stargate, he's 100% dead. So he will have some map control. The queen count is still looking pretty good. Yeah.
All right, so you're a SEA boy, right? You know, Oceanic boy.
Yeah.
How much do you want JonSnow to just Mio Micah in and just rush circling into his face?
It would work. It would work. Not gonna lie.
Because I know you're like thinking that in your mind, right? You're just like, hit the Z button, just send them across, you know, and just keep going.
Yeah, let's go. I was waiting for it. The layer finishes up, and it is not for tech. It is for a Nidus network. He's gonna be Nidusing across the map. JonSnow, he wants to end the game. He doesn't want to waste his time.
Oh, like there's an Overlord in the main of Rob, and it's just sitting there.
The Void Ray, mate. The Void Ray, you gotta clean it up. Right now, he is not rallied to do so. We have more gateways on the way. You know, ooh, depths are gonna be coming out here for JonSnow. But Nidus is just about to finish, and that's a lot of queens. There's gonna be a lot of roaches.
Yeah, I don't think Glaives is gonna be done by the time the Nidus goes up.
Oh my god.
So, and it's gonna be roaches and queens coming in. So there's some thick units coming out, you know. But Nidus not in the main, but towards the third of Rob's third.
Yeah, this is pretty far back, so it's gonna give Rob a lot of time to kind of get set up here. Oh, never mind.
Second Nidus. You know, this is just a bait Nidus. It's okay.
Exactly. There is no third base here whatsoever. The queens are gonna go back into the Nidus. They drew out the army, and now
plop 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 plop. And here we are. Queens, roaches, getting exited out of the Nidus. Where are the creep tumors? Drop the creep tumors, please. Some of the roaches are getting blocked by the queen, though, which is, you know, just unfortunate control, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's one of those.
That Void Ray is so low.
Oh god, it is so low.
Sneeze on it.
It's almost good and slide. What's important is that the Dark Shrine is about to finish up, so he can warp in a DT defensively, and there is no dissection.
Oh no. Is that DT Shrine gonna finish? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's finishing, mate. We're gonna see some DTs. To be fair though, JonSnow, he does have a lair. He can warp in. He can warp in an Overseer.
Oh, he knows. He knows, right? He has to know.
Does he? Does he know?
Oh, he knows. Now he knows. All right, he's got to exit out. Everyone evacuate.
Not gonna lie, part of me feels like he probably could have stuck around.
Part of me feels like he could have stuck around, and when that Overseer finished, he probably would have, you know,
yeah,
could have beat that. But you know, he Nidus'd out. He found the Adepts that were shading into the third, and you know, he's gonna defend his base.
Ooh, that he is. Instead, he goes for a little bit of a more cautious play here. I don't blame him whatsoever. He still has an eyes across the map, so he can, of course, still continue to be aggressive if he so wishes. Regardless, just playing it a little bit safe here. Ooh, and opts to go for a Spire.
What comes out of the Spire? I want Mutas to come out, because I feel like that would be the ultimate, you know, like,
oh yeah,
lol, kind of like, you know, just like little laugh,
yeah,
kind of build.
Like there's no real response to the Mutas, right? Sure, there are a couple of Stalkers, but there's no Blink, there's no +1, there's no Phoenixes. I think the Void Ray was sniped earlier as well. Oh my god, mate, we have a Ninja.
He's got to do something, you know, right?
Yeah, he does.
He's got to do something at least, you know. If that Ninja stays and doesn't die, and he's like, you know, fully mining from it, and the game goes on, worth it. This Cyber Core going down, not worth it.
Yeah, that's how solid feels bad, man. The Cyber Core does get sniped. Maybe a couple of these roaches are gonna get picked off, but you know what? I mean, that was worth it for JonSnow.
That's the second Cyber that went down today, right?
It is the second Cyber.
Okay, where's the Cyber Score being made? Oh, okay, is that natural right there? All right. we'll keep track.
Yeah, we'll
keep how many go down.
We'll keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, ooh, now this is a big brain play. Disruptors are coming out here for Rob. This is definitely a way to come back. But mate, Disruptors don't shoot up.
No, they don't. And Light Mutas, like we guessed.
Yeah. Mutas are on the way. To be fair, like in low numbers, they can't really fight this army. Oh, go ahead.
Did you see that? Some big brain move right there.
Splash damage rate, I guess.
I know, but with an Archon, dude.
Yeah.
Archon's got the worst splash damage like range.
He's gonna do it again. He's doing it. He's trying.
He's not even getting it.
Oh, he's
okay,
getting
there
it.
it is. Oh man, that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It's amazing. You definitely. I think that's the first time I've seen someone do that with an Archon.
That's the first time I've seen a Protoss player ever do that.
Yeah.
That's like a Terran thing, right?
Yeah.
Like get the Hellion and shoot the Reaper, but
to be fair, I think I've seen Colossus do it with their splash damage.
Colossus?
Yeah. Anyway, yo, Mutas are here.
Squawk!
Oh my god, they force the entire army to respond at the same time. The Road Ravager is hitting the natural base. The Disruptor!
Disruptor? Oh, the splits? Ooh. It's pretty decent, you know? Minimal damage. But second and third Disruptor coming in. No hits on that one. One more though. He ran into that. He just let that happen.
Yeah, that he did. But you know what? He gets a kill on the quote-unquote third base. And you know what? The Disruptors, they are out of their shots. JonSnow could take a fight, but he does back off. To be fair, he still doesn't know about that third that's actually fully saturated.
Kills off the quote-unquote third. Not even a cancel light. And also killed off the main Nexus. Right now, Rob has to rebuild. Those Mutas were just there enough to focus firing the Nexus where they were able to kill it off before, you know, just leaving.
Yeah.
So Rob is down 2 mining bases. You know, he still's got the natural, and he still has the ninja one, which, you know, it's gonna keep him in the game for a bit longer until Zerglings come in and see it.
The Lings, they come in, they find the ninja. Everything here is going to go down. Forces a recall.
Oh my god, he recalled the Pulse onto the Nexus!
No!
Oh no, like... Can you look at the natural for me? that Nexus didn't have energy. That's why that happened.
God.
Oh, maybe what? Oh,
maybe it did. I don't know. It feels bad, man. The worst recall possible there. Everything goes down.
No. That is like heartbreaking. You recall your units to get units out, but you recall them to the Nexus that's gonna die.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Rob, he's sending out some DTs, hoping, praying that they can do something. JonSnow, he's maxed out 200 supply. Even with the best purification overs, I don't know, mate. Maybe he can hold on.
If he gets like the most moneyest purification novas, there can be a chance. But it's gonna be a tough fight. Like there's a lot of Lings. Okay, just kidding. There's a lot of Banelings, I should say.
There are. To be fair, they're slow. You know, Baneling speed is still on the way, so he's waiting a little bit longer for that to finish up, and then he can dive in. Yeah. I'm just worried because, again, I imagine Rob's gonna be distracted by the main army, and then Lings and Bane's gonna flood into the natural.
Or he can just like crush the army and just win the game.
He do whatever he wants, man. It's fine.
Whatever he wants. Purification Nova's not being shut out yet. The disruptors are not responsive. Now they're going. Oh, it's not the best hits. Good splits from JonSnow, but he has numbers, and you know a lot of the Banelings just went in and crashes the army. GG is called. JonSnow, my guy. Okay.